Hey everybody, Bormac here for some sorcery. Second take. Had a power outage the first time, so we don't get to see the guy just standing there waiting for me to click on him to trigger this, but this is what happens when you trigger it. I had to rewind to this point. Twilight already. The great city of Kar has loomed large on the horizon all day, but it has been slow to reach, the path tracing great loops back and forth through a deep and narrow pass. Walk on. You've not seen a living soul except once, when a dark figure raced across the hilltops overhead and then was lost from view. So you are naturally cautious when you round the bend in the path and see a beggar crouched low against a rock muttering to himself. Let's head on up. You stop out of sight behind an outcrop, but the beggar does not look like much of a threat. Let's go say hi then. Call a greeting and stride over. The man leaps to his feet, drawing a short stick from inside his cloak. "Who goes there?" he demands. "What's your business in Kar?" "I'm a traveler." He pokes his stick at you. "Traveler? Traveling where?" That's my business, not yours." The stick wavers in the man's hand, but he does not lower it. "I asked you a question," he says with all the courage he can muster. "Answer me, or you'll face the consequences." Who are you?" "You're certainly very brave." Man beams with aging pride. "I am the city guard. No one enters Kar except through me." Then, despite his age and clear ill health, he comes at you waving the stick. "I won't fight you." You tell him you're unarmed. He waves the stick close to your face, jabbing a few times, but you push the point aside with one hand. "All right then," he declares. "We'll settle this fairly." Tosses the stick to one side and raises his fists. The knuckles are blackened with scabs. "Still won't fight you." You reply, "I mean it." Beggar makes a short braying noise like a laugh, and then lumps you on the nose. It's surprisingly painful. He's ready for another swing. "You took away 2 of my stamina. Let's step away." You step back, and with that the fight seems to drain from him. He sits down suddenly sad. "Very well," he moans. "You're right, I suppose. I can't defend the city on my own." "You're very brave." "Am I?" he asks, looking up. "I don't feel brave. I'm still alive. Doesn't that make me a coward?" He shivers. "You don't have any food, do you?" he asks sadly. "I have 1 ration." Poor guy. I'll give it to him. You rummage in your pack and pull out a hunk of bread and cheese. "Here." Man grabs it and eats gleefully, like a wild dog. He murmurs and grumbles to himself as he does so. "You can come with me." Take pity on the old man. "Come with me. I'm going into Kar." The soldier considers your offer for a moment as he chews. "You sure?" "I know the word for the wall, but they will not want to let me through the gate." "Sounds like we can help each other." He clambers slowly to his feet. A gleam of hope has entered the poor man's eyes. "Very well then, stranger. A trade." Up the pass. Beggar walks a few strides ahead of you, the ghost of a military pace in his step. "What's your name?" "Captain Thomas of the 4th Legion, responsible for the southern perimeter." Knocks his bony heels together. "At your service." "What are you doing out here, soldier?" "We were sent to investigate sightings, a whole legion of us, back when the council felt bold. But then they locked the gate and they wouldn't let us back." "Where is your legion now?" He won't answer, he just shakes his head and points sharply downwards. "Dead, I guess." The path winds through the gorse-thick grass. Kar squats in a basin in the hills, like a stagnant, festering pool. You turn one corner, then another, and the stone walls of the city are looming over you. Whoosh. Walls weren't built to keep anything out, Thomas says. They were built to keep people in. Kar is one gigantic trap itself. Why? Are the people inside not happy? Would you be happy being ruled by pirates and thieves? He points. Cast your eyes up. You can see them, archers facing both directions. You could scramble up the slope to the right to get a better view of the wall. How's this go? You step out of the pass into the clearing. An arrow whizzes past your shoulder. You look up and see a guard on the wall who cocks a second arrow to his bowstring. "Who goes there? Friend or foe?" Let Thomas answer. You wait. Thomas cries back, "Friend! The watchword is Kantapani." The guard pauses for a moment, then lowers his bow. Approach! Thomas turns and smiles at you. Let's approach. Southgate stands before you. It's as tall as 2 men. It would be broad enough to ride 3 horses through if only it were open. But instead it is locked, and there is no other way into the city. Luckily, of course, you have a key. Over to you, Thomas says, stepping back. Unlock the gate with the Svin Chief's key. Quickly remove the key from your pack and slip it into the lock. Tumblers click and the key turns. Thomas hangs back. Good work, but do you think it's safe to go through? I'll go first. You open the door, peering cautiously inside. There's no one about. How is it? Thomas hisses from outside. Seems safe enough. Get him inside. Come on. Follows you inside the wall. The yard by the gate indeed seems empty enough. A path leads away past a low stone building with barred windows. Thomas catches your gaze. That's a holding cell, he says. It's where they put people they don't know if they can trust. I think they let them go again a day later. It's just to see how much trouble they'll be. Well, we don't really need to look at a jail cell. Let's get out of here. We'll stride quickly away from the gate, but only halfway to the road when the soldiers come around the corner from the left. Leave them to me, Thomas hisses, pushing you back behind the building. He gets hollering crazily. The soldiers see him immediately and rush him. He weaves this way and that across the yard, manages to slip between them and disappears with a whoop down the road to the left. The yard suddenly falls quiet once more. You straighten up and hear a noise through one of the barred windows of the stone building. A sneeze? Let's look through the window. The building might be useful. No, it's a holding cell. I just wanted to look. Can I attract his attention? No. Better yet. Wave at the window, but the old man doesn't look up. He seems to be staring very determinedly at the bench, or perhaps he's asleep where he sits. Let's just go then. We don't have a second Thomas to use if more guards come. Road leads away in both directions. You don't have time to consider them too carefully. There will be more guardsmen on patrol soon enough. So left goes to here, and up here probably where the guards came from, because, I mean, this has walls around it. It looks very military. And we could leave through that, and that goes that way, and maybe that way? I'm not sure it'll let us go that way. This way goes there, and to the Festival of Thieves, which sounds really useful. Not. Some kind of ziggurat over there. I think we're gonna go left. I want to see what that little, like that church-looking building is, if I can check it out. You head off down the street to the left, which quickly enters into a wide yard. A couple of large buildings on the far side, and the arch leads north. Let's examine the building. As I look at the buildings, they seem to be a barracks of some kind. Troops of armed guard appear through the arch and realize who you are. You have stumbled into their training ground. Oh. Well. I could run for it, or approach the guards. I realize where I am. Okay, this is their training ground. Strong, expert hands. Grab your wrists. Aww. I made it exactly 2 steps. Well, back to the prison. We could ignore the old man or greet the old man. I guess we'll say hi. Towards the shadowy bench. Greetings, old man. He ignores you. He's concentrating hard on something on the ground, just in front of him. A collection of small stones scattered as though for a fortune-telling. After a moment he gathers them up and tosses them again. You notice that his other hand is missing completely. The left sleeve of his tunic hangs limp at his side. Let's look at his stones. If you want to play, he says defensively, you have to bet. Play what? Why, the man replies with a shark-like grin, Swindlestones, of course. Swindlestones? Stranger in town? Don't know how to play? Better and better. He shows you one of his stones. It's a strange, four-valued die. Sit, he pats the bench beside him. With one hand. Play, we can talk while I beat you. You'll have to teach me the rules. My lucky day, he grins with his one remaining tooth. It's easy. We each roll our dice in secret, and we bet on what we've rolled in total. You call if you think the other player is a bid too high. The loser gives away a die. Go over to the bench intrigued. Okay. The old man drops 4 dice into your palm and sweeps away a patch of dust on the bench for you to play. I'll go first, he says, waving his hand. Show you how it's done. Roll the dice. 1, 4, 4, 1. The game is simple. We roll and bet on what's come up. So, for instance, I might start and bet that between us we've rolled at least 2... But we don't know what's on the table, so I'm guessing... How do I... Okay, this just goes up. I'll say we did that. Because I can see them right here. So I can't see your dice, and you can't see mine. So you only have what I tell you about what I've got. 3 threes. You might be trying to deceive me. 4 ones. Not falling for your innocence. 2 ones. The old man wins the round. So now I've only got 3 dice and he still has 4. Let's say we have at least 2 threes. Carwell. Should do. Lived here 20 years now. 2 fours. 3 threes. 4, 3. I'm gonna call you on that. North Gate. Why would you ever want to go to the North Gate? No one goes there. That's my business, not yours. Aha! Now we're both down to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4. Let's say 2 twos. 2 fours. I don't think you rolled 2 fours, old man. Ha! Okay. 2 fours. Aha! Now what are you gonna do? I have all the dice. It's a mistake. 2 fours. 3 fours. He might have a 4.